What's up, YouTube? Welcome to more trades. Welcome to another stream. We're gonna go as usual into the markets and see what's happening. What should we expect in the coming week, in the coming hours? Personally, I'm keeping an eye on the earnings. We have Tesla earnings tonight. It could be a big one. If it comes out negative, then it could affect the heavier weight tech stock indices, such as I believe the S&P or the Nasdaq, and that in turn will affect the entire crypto market. Let me know if audio is clear and if my screen is clear. Let me see. I'll just pull that back a bit. I didn't adjust it. I just went into the live so quick. So yeah, so basically, if you take a look at this and you look at the chart and you look at Bitcoin, what have we done? We have been holding the 50 EMA on the 4-hourly, which is great. We haven't lost it, but on the hourly, I believe we are clinging on to it, barely. We are under it. You see these shaded areas below. These are all vector candle zones, liquidity to be grabbed. We have a lot of shorts in the chart, mind you, and we have a lot of longs. I had a good indicator somewhere here that showed liquidity and can show you, yeah, liquidation levels, I believe. Let me just, liquidations, there you go. I believe it can show you, it shows you liquidations of traders in blocks, as in, yeah, you see, there we go. So if you just zoom out over here, you could clearly see we have a lot of green over here, a lot of purple. These would be your longs, basically just underneath here up to the 21,677. You have longs, you have 0.15 million, not much here, not much here. 0.5 million, 0.27 million, 0.15 million, and down here we have, yeah, nothing big. I'm looking for big numbers like this. This is 1.86 million. This is at 22,715, so that's shorts above there. So we could go up to 22.7, try to get those orders or that liquidity over there. We had another block over here, 22,950, and that will coincide with the zone I have over here in this chart. Sorry, I have a zone of 22,9. I have it marked out in my chart over here, 22,969. That will be very close to that. And if you look at the liquidity, back to Binance futures, you could see that we do have significant liquidity above. We could come up and grab that. It's not far-fetched. I don't think so. It's far-fetched. Bitcoin can do it easily within a session. Even break up higher. Nothing is impossible. Now, I'll just get rid of this liquidation levels because it's a bit messy. But we have a lot of shorts up here. And if you go to the 4-hourly, maybe we'll have a cleaner indication. 2.9 million down here. Of course, if you use 1.19 of longs, of course, if you use other 2.9 million long, 1.27 long, 1.54 long, we have a lot of longs, 1.32. I believe we have more longs than shorts, 1.27, 2.9 million. If you use other platforms or indicators, you could get more accurate readings with levels, such as the high block capital, I believe, 1.54. So you do have a lot of liquidity to be taken. I don't believe Bitcoin is done, but nevertheless, we're going to analyze the chart, try to make sense. This over here could be a wave 4. We finished our wave 3 to the upside. I was saying this could be a very big wave 3 to the upside, overextended. We're done with it. and now we're in a wave 4. This wave 4 should be an ABC, or it can be a WXY, or we might be forming some sort of triangle. Though we broke the low, this could be an A. So we could be doing this. It's not a perfect one, but let's look at it this way. What if we're doing this A, B up here, C down here, we'll come up for D, E is down there, then a breakout to the upside. That's also a possibility we need to be aware of. So as long as Bitcoin holds the 22K, we are in safe zones. We don't have any problems, nothing to worry about, as long as we are in the 22K box. And if you want to do it in a simple way, you could just take a rectangle. This is your zone of interest. Once you break below this or break above it, essentially you're going to be trending. If you break below it and start opening and closing below it, then you are coming down. Compare it to Ethereum. Ethereum has essentially broken down. Why do I think Ethereum has broken down? Because if this was 3, 4, 5, we really went so low. You could see that this move up has failed. We retraced the whole thing. This move up has failed. So Ethereum essentially, in my opinion, could be in a breakdown move or breaking down, but we need to be aware of the earnings tonight. We have a lot of earnings tonight. I'm not sure where Tesla stands with all this. Let's go to earnings calendar. Let's see if there's any. This is the Nasdaq's earning calendar. Tesla. I believe it's going to be at market close. We don't have it yet. Forecast. Last year. Yeah, we don't have anything yet. Let's go back here. US earnings, Yahoo Finance. Today we have so many companies announcing earning today. I'm just going to look at anything that stands out over here. Let's see if anything. AT&T stands out before market open. It's been released. It says before market open, but I believe we don't have numbers yet. Reported EPS surprise. No, we don't have anything for it. AT&T yet. Markets are open, so why does it say before market open? We have what else? So many companies here. I don't think so I can go scroll through all of them, but I can search Tesla. And we could see, what does it say, the earnings calendar, anything about earnings today. Ask bid. She's talking about the stock. Let's go back. Okay. Where can I find Tesla's earnings? I'm sorry about this, but I'm trying to find Tesla's earning estimate. Will it give me that? I want to know what's the estimate for Tesla, and I think it will come out after market closes. That's when we'll get Tesla. So that will be in like 3 hours or 4 hours. Anyways, I can't find it at the moment. There we are. I think we'll find it here. Tesla Wednesday 25th. Forecast is 1.15. Revenue forecast is 24.68 billion. It will be announced after market closes. Can I set an alert? No, it's okay. Anyways, so that's Tesla after market closes. Anyway, so Ethereum did this. I'll show you what Ethereum did and why do I think this isn't good for Ethereum. If we say this was a wave 3 up, we retrace to the 0.382. Okay, that's fine. But the wave 3 itself had essentially this was if we said this was a 4 and a 5, you came down to the wave 5 to the 0.887, and that isn't a good thing. We are bouncing off on the 4-hourly, but I believe it's a weak bounce. I don't think so. We could recover. We could, but it's worse than this. You see this move? We came up, recovered about 50%. Here we went up and recovered the whole thing. So that's my analysis for Ethereum. Now, if you go to Solana, Solana is doing more or less the same thing. We are failing to go above this 25.751. I've always said if we get above the 25, it opens doors for the 26 and 27 dollar range, but we are failing terribly at the $25 range. Now, Solana has, from the lows, what is this? From this low over here to the high, and now if we take it to the new high, we are essentially at the 0.236 retracement of this wave 3 up. We are at the 0.382, so we're still fine with Solana. It's not as bad as Ethereum. So Solana and Bitcoin are holding up relatively well. Remember yesterday I posted in my stream and in my short video, I said, watch out for this fib time. It's incoming. And I told you we might see some action. We had relatively good action. We had action just on the 4-hourly candle before my fib time. We didn't have a reaction on the fib time, and we sort of have a continuation. These fib time lines are usually they are essentially pivot points. It doesn't tell you whether you go up or you go down. It's just going to show you that something's coming up. Be ready, buckle up. We might have a move soon. So that's when you look at fib time, you need to keep that in mind. That fib time won't tell you up or down. But as you can see, timing, projection, gave me something. It told me you are going to have a move up or a move down. If you're in a short, then you put your stops tighter and you would project, you might continue lower even further. It's a pivot point. You don't have to pivot the other direction. It could just push you further into your direction. We need to go to the CME. We have a gap. We filled the gap today. We had a gap over here from the 20th. We filled it. We have another gap below, I believe. We have this huge gap that could take us down to 20,000. If Bitcoin loses 22,000 and cannot hold and it gets lower than 21.7, then we are coming for that 2,500, 2,300. I mentioned it earlier in my video. We need to get above the 29.99 for Bitcoin. 22,999. If we can get above the 22,999, Bitcoin will be in a better place, and the rest of the market. Now you need to be aware of the DXY. What is the DXY doing? The DXY looks like it's tanking. It's clinging to support for the past, since the 13th of January. I mean, 13th of January till today, that's almost 12 days. We aren't able to break lower, but we aren't able to pull higher. You can see this is historical support. If the DXY in a single candle starts doing these kinds of move, 1, 2, 3 days to the upside, we could have a pullback and then a follow through. So just be careful. Then we'll have a dump, and at this instance, Bitcoin will pump, and everyone will think, yeah, this is a pump. You know what I'm saying? If the DXY recovers, it will be very bad for the market. The Nasdaq recovered sort of its dump today. It had a dump to the, it's dumped down, and now we kind of trying to recover that. We are over the POC exactly. I've had this fixed range volume profile for a while. We are resting at the POC. We could do something like this around the POC, maybe blast off to the value area high. We'll have to see what happens with the Nasdaq. But if you want to look at this, you could say the Nasdaq is in an inverse head and shoulders, along with the Dow Jones, I believe isn't. Let me look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones also has some shoulder, head, and a shoulder, or shoulder, head. No, it's here, shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And if these decide to break up, I'm not selling you hopium. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in the chart. It doesn't have to happen. I am short on some assets. I took some shorts today, so it doesn't mean I'm a bull by showing you this. I'm just showing you what I see. The S&P 500, or let's go to the ES1 because I have it marked out. The trend line. We had broke above the trend line previously. This trend line goes to the all-time high. We touched it, of course, the first time because it's a trend line. The origin started here. Second time, obviously. Third time failed. Fourth and fifth failed. We broke above. So it was fourth, fifth, and sixth time. And these are 4-hourly candles. Then, as you can see over here, 7, 8 failed. And again, we came and broke up. And now we're back under. This is on the daily. So the daily is trying to hold this resistance, historical resistance, as support. And if the S&P 500 can get up, then it has nothing to stop it to get up to the 43.30. Obviously, we have this wick over here, 41.80 would be the first zone of interest. And if it is an inverse head and shoulder and it wants to play out fully to its full capacity, then the target for this inverse head and shoulders would be essentially all the way up here. If this is a breakout, then you'd say we can go up to the 46.62. Now, the VIX is not tanking. The VIX is trying to go up, but it's struggling. We've been here, down here, since the 1st of December. I mean, we've been here over a month, the whole month of December. We went up, but we came down. Again, historical support for the VIX. The DXY and the VIX are at historical support. So just be aware of that. If they decide to pump, if they both decide to pump, then we will have a problem with the VIX and the DXY, because they will tank the market. The VIX is the S&P 500 volatility index. Essentially, when it's low, markets are pumping. When it starts reversing and going to the upside, then you know markets are going to be dumping. Ethereum, I've looked at this. It's not doing that good. We are if you look at this, I think this 5 move could be done. If it was a 5 move to the upside, we had a 1, a big 2, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is wave 1. This is a bullish. The bullish part would say, oh, this is a wave 1. We're coming down for a 2 and we're going up for a 3. The bearish part will tell you this is just an ABC correction. We had a W, X, and a Y. The Y usually could come as high as the X. At the moment, we've only retraced this much. At the moment, we've retraced from the high to the low. The golden pocket, 0.618. that could be done, and khalas, we're rotating to the downside. Now, Solana USDT. Solana has retraced from this point, which I said this was a wave 3. We came up 0.5 fib, perfect, bounced off 0.382. Could we continue? We could. We'll see how it goes with Solana. But looking at this wave alone, this is on the daily. So if I go on the 4 hourly, you can count this as a 1, 2, and this is a 1, 2, 3 to the upside, 4 and 5. You could see that we have retraced more than the 0.618 of this move up. This could also be another 1, 2 for Solana. Now going to my charts, wanted to show you some interesting things that could help beginners to take trades and make trading decisions. I know it's hard for beginners sometimes to take trades. You don't know where to enter. For starters, you need to look at the market, overall market direction. Where's the market heading? Is the market heading up or heading down? That's for starters. So say I was looking at Inch today. The markets, the market all in all were pulling back today and dumping, but I noticed Inch on my Binance platform or the Binance app on the heat map. It was making crazy gains, and I wanted to see what is that all about. And I came to the chart and I looked at Inch, and I noticed that it made insane gains today while the market is pulling. So I took a fib retracement for starters, and then I took my EMAs. I couldn't get any chart that would show me EMAs on the weekly or on the daily above this. Maybe there's not enough data for it, but I saw that on the daily there was a long signal. Okay, that's good. We had a very big candle up here while the market is dumping, so that's out of the norm. On the hourly, I saw this. While it says long in this indicator, but I took it as kind of a sell signal. I entered Inch at 2.4, so somewhere around here at the highs. So I took a short, still in it, stop loss to break even. So far, I did not put my stop loss in profit. I wanted to drop further. This move was very much extended. I would expect Inch, and I think it's done my expectation already, to retrace at least 50% of this. So from the low of this move to the high, we have retraced to the golden pocket, 0.618 and 0.65. So someone could say, okay, that's it. That's my trade for Inch. But I kept on the trade. I wasn't worried about it. And another coin, which I found extended. I entered it. Where is it? APUSDT. I have it somewhere here. So you look at the coins that are overextended in a direction that's most probably opposite to the market, and you look at it on a big time frame, and you would see, okay, ape is like overextended. I know I have an NPOC here, naked point of control here and here. I know we are above the 200, but it's overextended. I know we are at previous, close to previous resistance zone. This block over here would be a resistance zone. So I know there is a chance there will be a slight pullback. I could even scalp a short if I wanted. If I go to the 4 hourly, or even the hourly, nothing there. Still no shorting signal, but I traded a pullback and it is in profit. We are slightly having a crossover. Once the 8, 13 and 21 cross below the 55, then we would have a setup. But at the moment, you can see on the 15-minute time frame, the 55 crossed the 200, so that's bullish, but it can get erased. You could get that cross and just it can get erased. Over here we had the cross, the 55, the yellow cross from under, and then we cross below, because a small time frame you get these fluctuations. Now another thing was APT for the day is looking bullish, and as you can see it's far way overextended. But for me, I took this trade, but I know it's a very risky trade, and only because I only took it because overextended. But I couldn't find a chart. I tried to look at different exchanges. Maybe there is one, definitely there is one, but I couldn't find a chart to show me what's here for APT. So APT essentially has nothing to stop it from running up. I can't see any levels. I mean, I tried to find APT USD on Bitstamp. APT, oh, wrong tool. APT USD, APT USD. What am I doing here? Sorry. APT USD. APT USD on Coinbase and on Bitstamp. I tried it. This is a Coinbase chart. Let's look if I have more data. Same thing. Let me try APT USD, Bitstamp. Bitfinex, I doubt, but I'll try Bitfinex and see. Okay, so Bitfinex, we have some data. There you go. So it's APT is basically going up for this wick. I wonder if it's going to recover the whole wick. If we go to the 4 hour, you'll see a zone of liquidity that it's chasing. 1 hour, anything above. 15 minutes. Okay, so it's going for the wick over here. We're already recovering majority of the wick. That's a crazy move. That's a crazy move. Whoever bought APT down here has made a lot of money, 430%. Why is APT pumping? This could be a pump and dump scheme. I don't know. It was short over here, long was over here, the signal. We got a long signal over here on the 15th of January. So more than 9 days ago. So yeah, that's for APT. Ethereum is starting to rotate to the upside. APT is starting to rotate to the upside. Let's go back to Ethereum because I have a trade. I want to see what is Ethereum doing on smaller time frames. I'll get rid of some of these indicators for clarity. Ethereum on the daily doesn't look bearish at the moment, but we are struggling to get above this previous candle's close, the 1555.99. So let's just call it 1556. And on the 4 hourly, go back to the daily a second, you would see that this zone where Ethereum is struggling is a zone of resistance. We are kind of under here. So this zone is a zone of resistance. We sold off from here before. Again, FTX sell-off. And then we are on the 4 hourly below the 55 EMA. That's not good. The 8 and 13 on the 4 hourly are trying to cross. We have the 8 crossed, the 13 is the white, and the 21 is the blue. Once these three cross and the next candle opens and closes below this, you would get a signal to sell it. Might be too late, but that's a higher probable trade. We had our short over here yesterday, and it's still playing out. On the hourly, we are below. We are at the zone of support in the hourly. On the 15-minute, we are trying to get above the 55, this yellow line, this yellow EMA. We are trying. So I bet you on the 5-minute, we are already above the 55 and we're under the 200 EMA. So if I switch this off and go to another indicator and see, we got our vector above the 50. Now this is a 50 EMA, not the 55. and we're below the 200. When you get a vector above the 50, that's an indication you could reduce. It's an indication that you are going to move further to the upside. All right, so overall market was looking bearish in the beginning of the day. Maybe this was the rundown before the uh, earnings or something. We're going to have earnings after market close. I hope you liked the update. Subscribe to the channel. Like the videos if you did, and click your notifications, and join the free Discord if I haven't mentioned it. And there is a link in the video description and in the channel description if you would like to help, donate, and support this channel. Thank you in advance. More trades. I'm out.